What's up, guys? So today we're gonna go over ZiNRAi Q, which has been revolutionary. Like honestly, once I show you all the tools that you have access to within ZiNRAi Q, you're gonna be like, "Hey, how do I get this? Where do I get this?" And if you already have it, you're gonna leverage it even more. So let's get into this. So this is our ZiNRAi Q dashboard. We're going to get started with our trading journal, okay? So let's click our trading journal. So here what we have access to is actual analytics. So when we talk about profit and loss, we have that on a daily and weekly basis. You also have access to total pips gained and your win rate, which is amazing, okay? When it comes to adding a trade, so let's see what the aspects are. So as we know what a trading journal entails, it's always better to have it in this type of format so you can actually kind of go through exactly what the process is, have those analytics on your side to then kind of do the heavy lifting instead of you kind of like adding up your trades, seeing how your week was, how it went, if it went your way, if it didn't go your way. You literally are just logging in your trades for ZiNRAi Q to do all of that for you. Okay. So once you add a new trade, you're going to start with your asset or pair. If you're trading NAS 100 or gold, XAU, USD, whatever that pair is that you're trading with that specific trade, that's what you're going to enter. We have direction. Direction, did you buy? Did you sell? We have your lot size. So this is your lot size entered on TradeLocker. Entry price, what price did you get in on this asset? Exit price, when did you get out? Your stop loss, what was your safety net on this trade? Your take profit, which is another kind of exit point out of the market. Your results in terms of pips or dollars, your entry date and time, and your platform. So you also have access to trade setup, which is something we're actually going to look at together. But you can pick the strategy that you used to actually execute the trade. So with that being said, the next thing that we are going to look at is the setup. So we're going to get into that in a second, but you have access to really kind of dial it in with the specific strategy that you used. And then in your vault, you'll be able to see, okay, like what was my win rate with this specific strategy or that specific strategy, which once again, like a tool like this could change everything. Okay. So next here we have our time frame. It's important to know what time frame you also took those trades on, just so you can backtest even more. When we look into how you felt, were you confident? Did you have FOMO? Was everyone else in a trade and you weren't in a trade? Were you disciplined in your decision to execute that trade? Were you feeling anxious, nervous, calm, patient? Were you overconfident? Were you zen? Like, what were you feeling when you executed that trade? That's going to also be able to dictate, okay, did this person get into that trade? Why they got into the trade, number one. And number two, it's kind of going to go back to like, okay, did this trade fully hit its take profit? Did it fully stand the test of the education and analysis behind the positions entered? If so, why did we exit early? And nine times out of ten, it's because you were anxious, nervous, you didn't really trust your trade. Like those are all key elements that we can now look at and say, hey, we need to stop making emotional decisions and start basing everything off of data, off of analysis. Okay. And then you just want to add notes and any type of things or conditions that you think is going to help you. And then you can also add a screenshot from TradingView just to make sure it's super clear the setup you took and the analysis that you saw. Okay. So that's literally just for adding a trade, which is amazing. Okay. Next up is our trade setup vault. So here I've already had three strategies kind of already implemented. So Quadrex is one of our AI scanners that we actually have access to. And within these setups, you're actually able to be very, very precise. So let's kind of do a setup together. Let's just see what it entails. Okay. So creating a new trade setup. So your setup name, what do you call your setup? Like, for example, morning breakout. Is it your name? Like, what's the name of this strategy or this analytic that you're using to kind of read the markets or view the markets? Okay. Trading symbols. What symbols does it pertain to? What pairs does it pertain to? Your risk to reward ratio. Like, what are you looking for with this specific setup? Okay. Description of what you're actually doing with this strategy, your entry rules. What are the parameters for you to actually enter into this trade? What are your exit rules? Like your stop loss, your take profits, like how are you exiting out of these trades? And then any additional notes that'll help kind of add details to your setup, right? So having all of our setups is kind of super lucrative because now it's like if you're utilizing 3 to 4 different things to make money, and you can actually log your trades into the specific strategy that you're using. At the end of every week, every 2 weeks, every month, you can go look back and say, hey, let's see which strategy is really working for me and which one I kind of need to take back to demo and start testing it out, start kind of going back over what I'm missing, or maybe, I don't need to take those extra trades, or maybe I need to be less emotional. Like there's a lot of things that you can kind of get back as feedback once you're logging everything in a very detailed way. Okay. So that's literally how you log in and kind of set up those trades. So for example, in my case, what I've done, I put my own strategy up. We actually have a live trading session in the mornings from 9 a.m. to about 10:30 a.m. So that's logged in there as well. And then I utilize Quadrex, which is one of the AI scanners I'm going to get into in a second. So everything that we're using for our specific accounts is here. Any strategy, anything, it's right here. So we're going to be able to pick one once we're ready. Okay. Whether it's from adding our trades or in general, if it's a setup, we can always edit the setup if there's something that we didn't add, if we weren't detailed enough, things like that. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you guys are the scanners. So here what we see is that we have a scanner hub. First scanner is Quadrex. Quadrex is honestly amazing. It's a scanner, AI scanner that reads the Forex market. So you're still going to get your reads on NAS 100, on XAU USD, which is gold. And it's pretty much going to generate you a stop loss, entry, and take profit, which is great because you're actually going to understand, okay, this is the parameters of a trade, but like when do I break even? When do I move my stop loss? Like what am I doing? That scanner is going to help you with all of that. Okay. Coin Heist reads the crypto market, and it's generally the same thing. It's going to give you these executed trades in the crypto space. All right. And then we have another scanner coming. So stay tuned for that. But honestly, already as a first launch, you already have access to so many things, right? So here we actually see high impact news. So any type of news that's going to affect the markets, as opposed to having like 17 tabs open like we normally do as traders, we actually have a one-stop shop, literally. Okay. Literally, ZiNRAi Q is a hub. It's honestly exactly that. All right. If we keep scrolling here, we're going to see our risk calculator. So whether you're trading Forex, crypto, or futures, if you want to be conservative with your risk, moderate or aggressive, or even customize, preset that actual risk that you're looking for, we all know that some people over leverage, but the more detailed you can be in your procedure and the way you trade, the more specific you can kind of get down to what's working and what's not working. Okay. So if we look here for Forex, you have all the parameters necessary to understand the risk that you'll be taking given your stop loss and entry, and of course, your account balance. You also have the same thing for crypto, same thing for futures. Okay, so it's very, very important to kind of make sure you have all those key elements to really make an educated decision when it comes to your risk. If we keep scrolling here, we also see that we have access to two other things that are coming. So AI Trade Optimizer and ZiNRAi Portfolio. So these are two things that are also going to be super lucrative in the sense where our portfolios are going to be automatically analyzed to see, okay, what's like, where was the plus, where was the minus, what are some projects that are not doing well, that are doing well. And then trades that you did take, did the analysis pan out? Like, are certain strategies just not working for you? Are certain trades that you're taking too early, too late, etc.? These are things that we can kind of look forward to. So honestly, with ZiNRAi Q, it's a no-brainer. Like it's such a one-stop shop, and this is first launch. Like I'm sure there's going to be updates as we go on, but honestly, it's amazing. If we keep going here, literally you get all of the extra kind of feedback and stuff from the educators, but you also get like, hey, there was an alert sent out. So when an alert gets sent out, you get the notification here as well. You also get a prompt to join the channel too, so that you actually have access to the Telegram chat. Then you also have the educator schedule, which is super thoughtful because everything, once again, is in the same place. The last thing that I want to show you is called a sentiment board. So this is where you can actually choose your bias based off of the asset that is showed on screen. So this is not for you to go and say, oh my God, let me go see what the educators are thinking for me to then come back and answer the question. This is to really kind of show the platform like, are the customers learning? Is everybody learning? Is everybody starting to understand what they see in the markets, right? You're going to literally go to these assets and just see, do you think it's bullish or bearish? And mind you, bullish means buy as we see it in green, and bear or bearish means sell, which is in red. Okay. So you're basically coming on here and from your perspective, from what you see in the chart, is it bullish or bearish? Simply put, don't have your bias based off of what's already up in terms of percentage or what an educator said on a live session. Actually go on these charts and look at it for yourself, right? And try to identify the trend. Is it up or is it down? Okay. This is literally to just check, is the education working? Is everything like going the way it's supposed to? Is everyone really taking in and practicing and actually implementing what's necessary to get to the next level? Okay. So this is literally just the first launch of ZiNRAi Q. I promise you a whole lot more is coming, and I'm excited to literally do a part two to kind of show you exactly how that works out. Definitely going to do another video kind of explaining the scanners and stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys an overall view of what ZiNRAi Q is. My name's Kiana, and I'll see you on the next call.